Alright, in this problem we want to find the exact 6 trig ratios for this given angle, negative 3 pi over 4. And I'm going to do this not necessarily by putting it on a unit circle, but by putting it on a circle of any radius. We'll just see which one makes the most sense. Okay, so let's start with our axes here, going through the circle. So we start here at the positive x-axis, that's 0 radians. Now this angle is negative, which means we want to move in the clockwise direction. Negative 3 pi over 4 is how far we want to go. So if we go, this is not the right place, but if we go here at like a 45-degree angle, that would be negative pi over 4. If we keep going though, we get here to negative pi over 2. Now negative 3 pi over 4 is greater than negative pi over 2. So you could think of negative pi over 2 as negative 2 pi over 4, that's what I was trying to say, negative 2 pi over 4. So you can count, this is negative 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, and negative 3 pi over 4 is this full angle right there. And clean this up a little, I'm going to get rid of all of this. Whoops, went too far. Okay, so then we want to find the trig ratios for that angle. Well, in order to do that, we need to draw in a triangle to work with. You always go from the point where your ray intersects the circle up to the x-axis, because from that we can get the x and y coordinates rather easily. Now this is pi over 4 is a 45-degree angle, which means that this reference angle right here is also pi over 4, pi over 4 or 45 degrees, which means this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle right here. So based on that information, if you let the short leg be of length 1, well, there's two short legs, they both have the same length here. So we're going to call that 1, except its x is negative in the third quadrant, so it'll actually be negative 1. And that leg has the same length as well, because this angle is also going to be pi over 4. And y is also negative in the third quadrant, so that length is negative 1, and then the radius is root 2. So we know that sine of negative 3 pi over 4, well, we know sine of an angle is y over r, so sine of that angle would be the y value, negative 1, over the radius, root 2, or if you rationalize, you would get negative root 2 over 2. Then cosine of negative 3 pi over 4 is x over r, which is also negative 1 over root 2, or negative root 2 over 2. And then tangent of negative 3 pi over 4 is y over x. So it would be the negative 1 divided by negative 1, which will simplify to positive 1. And then the other three trig ratios are just the reciprocals of these three.